Did you know you could have seen this video 2 days earlier? Become a channel member today and get all of our edited content 2 days early, as well as other perks like exclusive emojis for our live streams and maybe some future members only streams. Anyway, back to the video. Sonic Origins came out about a month ago. And you know I've been playing the hell out of it. I've gotten all the trophies, S-ranked all of the missions, did the boss rushes, and 100%ed each game in the collection twice. Needless to say, I had a blast with the game. But of course, Sonic fans thought differently. Twitter, as well as other Sonic tubers, have been talking about nothing except how disappointed they were in this game. Let's explore why. God, I'm gonna be labeled the Sonic contrarian, aren't I? Right after this game was announced, I was already seeing videos talking about what they were expecting with Sonic Origins. When Sonic Team first announced Sonic Origins, all they said was that it would be a collection containing Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and we had nothing more than this screen to look at. If you ask me, that should have been the expectation. I literally expected nothing more than for it to be the one screen where you pick from one of 4 box arts and then you play the game. No shinies, no real presentation, something kinda like Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I was seeing videos out there asking for entire ground-up remakes, a Sonic Jam-esque hub world, updated graphics, a museum, playable characters other than Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, some of which were more modern characters like Shadow, etc, etc, etc. I, being the negative Sonic Nancy that I am, felt that they were setting themselves up for disappointment because their expectations were so high and Sega was definitely not going to do anything more than what Nintendo did with Super Mario's 3D games. To be honest though, I was half wrong. When they released the true reveal trailer for this game, they showed that there was a mirror mode, a boss rush mode, a museum with videos, pictures, and music, as well as cutscenes added to the beginning and end of each game to tie them all together. This blew my mind. This was way more than I was expecting for just a simple little collection game. To the fans that were expecting more, however, they were met with inevitable disappointment, simply because all they wanted was more. They wanted a playable Amy and Metal Sonic, they wanted varied cutscenes, they just wanted more. That's not the only reason, however. The main draw of this game for most was that this was the first time ever that Sonic 3, let alone Sonic 3 and Knuckles, saw an HD widescreen release. This was a big deal to everybody because Sonic fans have been asking for this since the huge success of the HD remasters of Sonic CD and Sonic 2 done by Christian Whitehead. To screw it up would erase the draw the game had in the first place. Did they screw it up? No, but Sonic fans claim they did. One of the main arguments that I see constantly spewed out by the toxically negative Sonic fan is that the new tracks for Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base Zones are bad. Are they? Yeah, they're not very good at all. That being said, I am not going to denounce a whole collection just because of 6 tracks out of 101. You know, 5.9% of the soundtrack? Even if you just count the songs in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it's still only 18% of the soundtrack. I am not so picky to denounce a whole version of the game just because of that. Another reason people have given is that Sonic 3 and Knuckles in Sonic Origins is super duper glitchy and virtually unplayable. I hate to use personal experience as evidence, but when playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles in both of my 100% playthroughs, I can safely say that I've encountered 0 game-breaking glitches that ruined my run. The only glitch that I've encountered happened once, and I can't replicate it. This whole thing just kinda goes into something that I've noticed with the gaming community that I really cannot stand. Not just the Sonic community, the gaming community. The gaming community seems to be having an issue with every single game that has come out recently. If it doesn't work consistently at 60 frames per second at all times and there are a few minor glitches here and there, then the game is deemed unfinished and needs to be fixed by a patch. Listen, If the game has game-breaking glitches that makes it impossible to play, I understand calling it unfinished. I too would hate for another Cyberpunk 2077 type game to hit shelves again. That being said, however, if a game has a few glitches that ultimately don't hinder the gameplay experience other than being like, hey, that's weird, then I don't think the entire game should be written off. Sometimes glitches in a game make the game more fun for others. A great and very extreme example of this was Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. Sonic Boom is a terrible, terrible game. Not only were there a fuck ton of glitches when it launched, but it also is just extremely boring to play, being the most watered down beat 'em up game I've ever played. However, this game had one very, very famous glitch within it, the Knuckles jump glitch. This allowed Knuckles to fly infinitely and gave players the ability to get to places way out of bounds. Some even used it to beat the entire game within 15 minutes. However, Sonic Boom came out with an insanely huge patch to the game that removed a lot of graphical and gameplay glitches that were in the game. One such glitch that was removed was the Knuckles jump glitch. Now, no one plays this game. The speedrunning community for this game died with the death of the Knuckles jump glitch. Sonic Adventure, one of the best Sonic games to ever come out, is glitchy as hell. Do you know how many walls you can just walk through in this game? It's insane. We still love it though, because it delivers a fun experience. Another insane example to go on the non-Sonic side a bit is one of the biggest games of the 90s, Pokemon Red and Blue. Pokemon Red and Blue barely functions as a game once you actually look into it. The game is programmed like ass, and most of the mechanics in the game do not work properly, namely the 1 in 256 glitch. To summarize that a bit, when a move in a Pokemon game is supposed to hit every time, it has a stat of 100% accuracy. 100% accuracy isn't exactly 100% though, due to a programming error. A move with a 100% accuracy in Gen 1 Pokemon will miss 1 out of every 256 times. Sure, that's still a 0.3% chance of missing, but it's still not a 100% chance of hitting. No one is writing the game off for it though, because it barely affects gameplay and it still delivers on being just a plain fun game. That's what it all comes down to. If, at the end of the day, the game delivers a fun experience that you enjoyed, didn't the game do its job, regardless of how it was put together using duct tape and toothpicks? All this is really coming down to is, accept the flaws in a video game. Sometimes, it enhances the experience. What do you guys think of Sonic Origins? Is it an irredeemable mess of a collection that besmirches classic Sonic's legacy? Or is it the best way to experience classic Sonic? Let us know in the comments below, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. This video was put up when it did because of a Twitter poll that I put up, so if you want to be a part of those polls, make sure you follow us on Twitter. Join our Discord server to be a part of our community and talk directly to us. Also, become a channel member if you want to see these types of videos 2 days before everyone else does. It is 100% the best way to support this channel, so please, please, please become a channel member today, even if it's only for a month. Also, we have merch in the description where you can buy mugs and t-shirts. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.